Welcome to an exciting day as we introduce the Alpine Academy for 2021. It's a new year, there's a new name, but the objectives remain the same. In a few moments, we'll be hearing from each driver, as well as Alpine's key management, as we learn what is expected from some of the most exciting talent in all of motorsport. To start, let's take a look at the gifted lineup, which makes up the Alpine Academy. You might have seen some familiar faces, some long-term members, and one returning driver. To dive deeper into the roster, please welcome Mia Scharesman, Alpine Academy Director, to get us up to speed on this stellar lineup. Mia, it's great to see you. Let's talk about the 2021 Alpine intake, starting with the drivers competing in F2, Guan Yu Zhou, Christian Lundgaard, and Oscar Piastri. All are expected to challenge for the title in F2. Should we start with Guan Yu Zhou? He is starting his third season in F2. He's a race winner and expected to be a title contender this year after a breakthrough season. What do we need to know about this exciting prospect?
Hi, Alex. Thanks for the intro. Zhu is in his third year in the Formula 2 Championship together with Virtuosi Racing. We expect a more stable, consistent, experienced Zhu, and who definitely, obviously, he had a breakthrough in terms of a race win last year to add to his podiums. And I think the time is right, and the time is now for him to really attack the championship, and hopefully it will go his way for the season ahead.
And how important was that breakthrough win? Because his potential is not up for debate at all. He's been fast since the moment he broke into F2. But until a driver has won in that category, there's always a bit of a question mark. So how important was that breakthrough win?
Oh, it was a massive breakthrough for him. Having knock on the doors, and having a great rookie season in the first year with the podiums he's got and the performance he put in, and in the second year was expecting more, but then again to just get to go beyond from podiums to win, which was a big confidence boost for him, and the self-belief that to carry forward to this year. To go to the next step, which is from podiums to wins to hopefully challenging for the title at the end of the year.
Let's talk about Christian Lundgaard. He is the driver this academy has believed in from a very early age. Last season in Formula 2, real flashes of brilliance and speed on his way to 2 race wins. How important is honing racecraft going to be for Christian?
Well, we can see, Christian being as you mentioned, Christian is the at the moment the longest academy driver. This will be his 5th year, and he came to us when he was just a mere 15 years old. And you can see last year there was no lack in terms of immediate adaptability between from Formula 3 to Formula 2. And there were glimpses of flashes of brilliance in dominating fashions in races, Mugello, Silverstone, and Red Bull Ring, to say the very least. I think it's more about this year will be a very important year for Christian. And to be honest with you, it's the first time that he is entering a championship for a second year. And I think the experience and the stability in terms of the package that he's got together with he's continuing with Art Grand Prix will put him in a good position to maximize his package for this season to equally, like Zhu, challenge for the top honors.
And then we move to Oscar Piastri. He's the reigning F3 champion, really showed maturity beyond his years to clinch the crown in his rookie F3 season. But he faces a very different challenge to the others, stepping up into F2 for the first time. How tough is that step going to be?
For us, I think it's rather than tough. It's exciting. It's an exciting challenge for him. Didn't expect to perform that well. I mean, he expected to be in the front runner, obviously being with Prema in Formula 3, and to win the championship in that fashion and showing that his racecraft, his race management, and to get to the top step and win the title in his first year. Going into Formula 2, we believe that with him continuing the association together with Prema Racing, which will only give him an added advantage for himself, as well as being in the seat of the reigning champion. And I think that is something that he has all the ingredients to maximize himself of what he can do for the season. And yeah, it's exciting for us to see. We're not gonna look beyond that. I think his step will be similar, meaning challenging for podiums, for wins, and obviously, if you are within if you are within close enough, or you're beating your teammates, then he will be there. He will be there by the end of the season.
That's great to hear. How impressed were you with his ability to cope with such an intense season? Formula 3 last year was packed into just 73 days.
Yeah, that was a very, very long 11 weeks. And I think it does place a very, for him to be able to have lived on his own. I think drivers who are more independent and more sort of like mature, who could adapt well to that scenario. So that's something that we always have to look at, especially for him to have his family away on the other side of the world, and for him to be on his own. And I think that level of maturity, that level of calmness, and being the Aussie that he is, taking every bad situation into something positive and witty. And I think that's how I think he can keep his head and do weekend after weekend with whatever the challenges that's thrown at him. So I think that's what is the most impressive about him in his Formula 3 championship.
Thanks, Mir. We'll hear again from you shortly. And we have given you the backstory for these very talented drivers. It's time to welcome them to this presentation. It's a very warm welcome to the Alpine Academy, the F2 class of 2021. Guan Yu Zhou, Christian Lundgaard, and Oscar Piastri. And here they are. Hi, guys. So Academy stablemates, but also on-track rivals this year. How are you feeling about the season? We'll start with you, Guan Yu Zhou.
Hi, Alex. Yeah, obviously to be my third season in F2. I expecting myself to be definitely one of the title contender. And to be honest, last year was a tough season. Obviously, we had so much technical issues, and we end up the championship P6, which is not too bad comparison how much issues we had. So this year, hopefully, we can put everything together with the same team, same people I've been working the last 2 years. So we have a good relationship, and I think we're looking strong to be winning the title.
As you say, it wasn't the easiest of campaigns, but Guan Yu, from your point of view, what do you take from last year? There were a lot of upsides as well as a few difficult moments.
Yeah, I think last year, obviously, we done many races that we started from the back and coming through the field. So we learned a lot in terms of long race pace runs. And yeah, compared to my rookie season, I improved a lot on my driving skills for the tire management side. And as well as, to always be consistent is one of the key. And we see that last year. And yeah, some drivers that they always finish top five or finish the races with no drama. End of the championship much higher than I was. So that's definitely one of the key in F2 championship in such a high level championship. And everybody is so close. So a little single arrow can make a big payback at end of the season.
And what will you need to take that final step forward towards the title in 2021?
I think the main key is to be consistent and every weekend, starting from free practice, to be always at the top and to be learning as well together with my teammate to improve as a team and yeah, to be always up there every race and to be scoring the maximum point we can. And I'm sure there will be moments that will be fast and there's moments we will be struggling and the main key is that in the moment we are struggling a little bit, we always try to compromise or came out as much points as we could, and that will definitely helping for end of the year championship.
And with it being your third season, how important is a good start to the campaign going to be?
Yeah, that kind of hurts, that question, because obviously last season we had a tough one starting the season. So last season we had a problem while that hurts a lot end of the season. And yeah, these points is definitely important. I think every race, every single point is so important in this championship, and definitely to be starting the first few rounds in a good speed and the good points is definitely a boost for myself, and they give me that confidence, to be continue working and continue to trying to be at the top.
And there must be a real determination to succeed for your country as well, Guan Yu Zhou.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's a lot of people watching F2 back at home in China, and especially last season when I had finally had my breakthrough win. The victory means a lot for me to having the Chinese national anthem on the podium F2 for the first time. Is yeah, really honored to be proud, and yeah, there's a lot of people watching me and behind. So I'm just trying to do as much as I could, always trying to improve myself and to let my country proud. And yeah.
Thank you very much indeed. Christian Lundgaard, turning to you. Christian, how would you rate your rookie season last year?
To be honest, like a roller coaster. It started very well. We had some struggles in the mid-season, and then we came back a bit. 2 good weekends in the 2 Italian races, and then I think in the end we scored 4 points in 3 race weekends after that. So definitely for this season we need to improve that. But we showed our pace in certain race weekends. And just optimizing and getting everything out of the package we have is definitely going to be key. But I mean, I'm excited for once to have a second chance in the same series.
Yeah, unusual territory for you, starting a second year. What were the biggest lessons from year one? What's the biggest lesson that you're taking into 2021?
To be honest, I think it's pretty obvious from the outside as well. Consistency. We've like I said before, we've had good race weekends, but we've also had some terrible ones in terms of scoring points and positions. And I mean, just to optimize that, to get the most out of it, like Joe said, even on our worst weekends, we just need to score points. And yeah, it's just a learning process, really. Obviously, for me to have the experience now, to bring that into my second season, will definitely be key for me to just get the points in, and yeah, let the points roll in from weekend to weekend.
And give us a little bit of an idea about working with the academy. We heard from Mia a moment ago that you've been with this academy a while now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm one of the few racing drivers to have driven a Formula One car, and I know I wouldn't have done that, at least at my age at the moment, if I wasn't a part of now Alpine. But yeah, I think even jumping from Renault to Alpine will be a new challenge. I think we've got more and more interesting stuff behind the scenes planned. But yeah, for me, it's been perfect. I mean, it's amazing people to work with. I've learned a huge amount as a human being, but also as a racing driver, for sure. And all the support they give me behind is just enormous.
You were very entertaining with your directness on the radio last year. Are we going to be hearing more of that?
I think yes and no. Obviously, what happens on the radio, what's been said there, obviously is to the team, but obviously to entertain the viewers behind is also a good point. But yeah, I mean, there will probably be some, but probably not as many as 2020.
Thank you very much, Christian. Oscar Piastri, moving to you. The step up from F3 to F2 is big. What targets have you set yourself ahead of your rookie F2 campaign?
To be honest, I haven't really set too many specific goals. Obviously, I've got a very strong teammate in Robert Schwartzman with me, so I expect him to be challenging for the title, and I think if I can be matching him or beating him more often than not, then I'll be in a very good place in the championship. So obviously, I would like to get a pole position and a win. Something I got a win in F3, but never got a pole, so that would be something nice to add. But yeah, nothing too specific at the moment.
And can you just highlight the differences between the F2 and F3 car for us to give us an idea of what you're facing this year?
Yep. So the biggest difference I noted was the weight. The F2 car is quite a bit heavier, and because the races are so much longer, you have to carry a lot more fuel. So that just even adds more weight. Also, you've got a very good step up in power, which is always nice as a race car driver. And also the time management. I've only driven the car for 3 days, but yeah, it was pretty clear in Bahrain that time management is a massively important thing in F2. So yeah, I think those are the three biggest things that I've learned so far from F2.
Now, the previous winners of F3 and then F2 went straight to F1. Talking of the title here, you will know there's a huge opportunity if you can compete for the title. I know you've downplayed it slightly there, but have you thought about what a good start, what the momentum would mean if you could challenge for the title this year?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, my mentality for F3 was sort of similar. Our initial plan was to do 2 years of F3 and smash that one out of the park. So, like you said, I know Charles and George Russell, did GP3, F2, and then straight to F1. So yeah, I'd like to think that if I can get the F2 title as well, then hopefully I can follow in their footsteps. But yeah, just staying focused on F2, and if that does happen, then that's a bonus.
Thank you, Oscar. Now, part of all of your Academy links saw you test the RS18, the 2018 Renault F1 car. Guys, how was that? Starting with you, Joe.
Yeah, obviously it was, a huge honor, especially the first time driven that car. And like Christian was said, in this age, we wouldn't done this without Alpine helping, and also without Mia helping. And so it was a huge step from F2. Obviously, the downforce of Formula One car is insane. So yeah, the weight transfer and how reactive the car is huge different to whatever I've been drove in the past. And yeah, to be working with F1 team, in F2 we have a bunch of people, and in F1 we have so many, maybe more than 10 people, 15 people working for one driver. So yeah, there's a lot of things going through it, and I learn a lot every time stepping into an F1 car, and I'm just always excited, the day before I jump into it.
And Christian, how was your test at Bahrain?
I would say good. Obviously, just enjoying the masterpiece of a Formula One car, but also getting the experience of how the engineers behind work, because it's so different to any other category. There's so many people working, like Joe said, and it's just so detailed. You really need to feel every small adjustment on the car. If you have the slightest understeer, they will be able to see that on the data, and you need to come in and tell them it was in this corner at that point. And obviously, we're just learning at this point. But they're trying to prepare us for the top if we for once reach that, which is the main goal.
And Oscar, tell us your experience of Formula One machinery.
Yeah, it was an awesome day. Obviously, just done the 1 day so far. But yeah, just firstly, massive thank you to Alpine for the opportunity. Like Joe and Christian have said, wouldn't be possible without them. But yeah, it was very cool. A massive step up. I went straight from the F3 car to the F1 car. So yeah, a few neck bracing exercises were required when I hit the brakes. But yeah, an awesome day, and like the other two, I learned so much, and yeah, hopefully there's more to come.
Well, it sounds a hugely special experience for all three of you. Thank you very much for the time being. Let's bring Mia back in. Mia, it was a hugely successful one for the trio of drivers we're looking at right now. 6 combined wins under their belts across 2 championships. Let's be clear for everyone watching. What are their objectives for 2021?
Win. I think for Joe and Christian, I guess for Joe and Christian, it is challenging for the title, and they know that themselves. They set the bar high for themselves, and I think that is always the aim. And especially when you are a returning driver with experience and with knowledge, and that is what you have to look at, and that is something for us in order for us to look at for them moving forward into Formula One. You need to focus on your junior single-seater results, in this case in Formula 2. Whereas for Oscar, as I said, the approach is like when he was starting in Formula 3. And I think, but as you take step by step, you get your first pole, you get your first podium, you get your first win, and all of a sudden it just rolls on, and let's see where we are at the end of the year. But at the end of the day, yes, to all of them in Formula 2, there has to be good pressure. There has to be a pressure. There has to be a target, and there has to be because whatever they do this year will impact what the plans are for them next year, for example. So I think the target is very clear for Joe and Christian, and I think everybody around them and as well as them are aware and what needs to be done and what they can look forward to if they achieve that target. And similarly to Oscar, as you mentioned, the winner of back-to-back titles in Formula Renault and on Formula 3, and going forward, I don't see no reason to realize everybody's potential in Formula One.
Well, good luck to you all. Thank you very much for the time being, and we will see you all again shortly. Now, though, it's time to meet our next 2 talents. Both will be competing in FIA Formula 3. From Brazil, Caio Collet, and from France, Victor Martin. Caio, Victor, it is great to see you both. What a season it was last year. You guys were battling it out for the Euro Cup title. It was a hugely exciting title fight. Victor, you edged it. Congratulations on that championship. But now you're going to be teammates at MP Motorsport, a race-winning team with a long history. Kyle, let's start with you. It's your second year in the academy. What does it give you as a driver to be part of this setup?
Yeah, I think for sure it helps us to develop. I mean, we have all the support from Alpine coming behind us from the track. From the moments that we start the year, like during the training camp, we have all the preparation. And I think that's really good and help us in the track. And it's my third year in the academy now. I think this year under different name and different colors, but the people around us, they are the same. So yeah, really grateful for another opportunity and looking forward for this season.
And what will it mean to race on the Grand Prix weekend in front of Formula One week in, week out? I know you've done it before in your career, but it's going to be every single time now. That's going to mean a lot.
Yeah, for sure, it's a different step, a different race weekend format for us. I mean, we did a few rounds before in Euro Cup to race in the F1 paddock, but I mean, this season we'll be there all the time, and it will be a nice experience. I think together with Victor in the same team, it will be really nice. I think last year we did a nice season, and looking forward for what we can achieve together this season.
And what is the goal for 2021?
I think it's hard to say now, but I mean, for sure we want to win, and me and Victor, I think we are capable of. I think we have a really good team behind us, really good people. So it will depend on our work, but I mean, I'm really motivated and looking forward.
Well, thank you very much. Victor, turning to you, you are returning to the academy after a year out. It must be nice to have won back that support. We're gonna pick that up with Victor in a second, because clearly, as we've always experienced in this new age, that we've got a few technical issues, but that's par for the course. So, Kaya, you had a really intense battle with Victor, and it was thrilling to watch from the outside. Now he's going to be your teammate. That's a totally different relationship, from a rival to a teammate. You're both in the academy as well.
Yeah, for sure. I think last year, I think for 8 races, we were 1 and 2 in a row. We really did a nice season. And as rivals, of course, I think me and him, we never spoke so much last season. Of course, we were in the academy before, but now we are together. So yeah, I think we need to work together to achieve something if we want to, and we both want. I think he's a really good driver, and he's a nice guy as well out of the track. So it will be nice, and yeah, looking forward for it.
Now, you will be aware, more than most, that Brazil is going through a rather strange lull with motor racing talent at the moment in Formula One. That's obviously the goal. How determined are you to take that Brazilian flag back to Formula One and to get to the front of that championship eventually?
Yeah, for sure. I think F3 is the step. I mean, now we enter in the F1 paddock and so on, so we have eyes everywhere. I think the next step is F3. Of course, I'm determined to go to F1. That's my main goal. And but yeah, I think F3 is the first step, and we need to take step by step. And I'm full focus on this year to deliver my job on track and see what brings me in the future.
And is the one circuit, you've had a look at the calendar, it's a slightly different format this year, is the one circuit where you're like, right, I definitely am looking forward to that weekend?
One of my favorite tracks is Budapest, but I'm also really looking forward to Austin in Texas. I think the last round in USA will be really nice. I think the track looks amazing. So yeah, these 2 tracks I think will be really nice.
Well, good luck for that campaign. Mia, I want to bring you back in at this stage. Let's see if we can hear from Mia once again, because he's going to be looking after all of the talent that we've seen so far. Mia, FIA F3 is so competitive. You've got 30 cars on the grid. You've got to be really special to make a mark. And you clearly believe that Caio and Victor are special.
If you look at the level below the FIF3, which is the Formula Regional and Formula Renault Euro Cup. And that is something that we saw that Caio and Victor were the top two drivers in that level of category. And we do believe that with the level of grit, the level of competition in the FIF3 this year, and looking at the opportunity of where we can place the teams, and everybody will be wondering, yes, for us to put both of them in the spot, and that is something that we believe these two will be able to work together, raise the bar, and we are quietly confident of them making their mark again, step by step, together with the team, the right package, and their engineers, and we do believe that they are in here for a long term.
Mia, stand by, because I want to bring in the man that we tried to speak to a few moments ago. I believe that the technical trouble is now sorted. Victor, can you hear me? First of all, let's deal with that.
Yeah, I can hear you well. And you?
Yeah, I'm hearing you loud and clear. So that is very good news. Victor, you are returning to the academy after a year out. It must be nice to be back with this team.
Yeah, it's amazing to be back in the academy. In 2020, I wasn't able to have all the advices from everyone in the academy. So just giving me again a great support for all the preparation, like training camps, mental training, the physical side also. So yeah, it was a great season. It's a great reward to have won the title and now back in the academy. So yeah, now just let's focus on this new challenge, and yeah, it's just amazing.
As you say, you joined this academy again off the back of a very prestigious title. When you see all those who have won the Euro Cup before, how much did it mean to secure that championship?
It meant a lot because with the people around me, we would just choose to do another year, like a third year in Formula Renault, because it was important for me, important for my development as a driver, as a person. So yeah, I just learned a lot on myself, on just mental side, physical side also, and yeah, I'm just so ready for a new challenge. There's been, so much Formula One drivers who have been through that championship, so it means the championship as a high level competition. So yeah, I'm fully ready now to step up.
And what's your target in F3 this year?
I think there is no specific goals again. I just work hard just with the team, with Alpine Academy, prepare the season well with Caio also. My teammates, I think he's really good. I have been battling with him all the year last year. So now he's just performing well. If we do great practice, like pre-event tests during the weekends, like great qualifying and races, I think it will just bring me self-confidence. So I just hope, everything goes well at the beginning to just keep going on a really good momentum. And yeah, I'm sure we are all capable of winning races and maybe being in title contenders. So yeah, I think it's great. Just let's work hard and let's go.
Well, thank you very much. Good luck with the championship. Now, we move on. We were hoping to be joined live by Alpine's new CEO, Laurent Rossi. But look, he's an extremely busy man, and unfortunately, he couldn't join us right now. The good news, though, is that I caught up with him yesterday to discuss the academy. Laurent, welcome. Congratulations on the new role. It is great to have you with us. Why is the Young Driver Program so important for Alpine?
Hi, thanks very much for having me. Identifying and supporting young drivers is a key fundamental tenet of Alpine racing. It is a chance for us to identify future champions and mold them to fit the brand exactly, and in turn for fresh young talent to contribute to the development of the team. Alongside their significant racing advantages, the Academy remains an important part of Alpine's marketing strategy. It is an opportunity for local markets to benefit from homegrown talents and brand exposure through the varied marketing and press opportunities. I'm pleased to hear that so many media from the drivers' own markets are watching this, thanks to the outreach and involvement of the Group Renault subsidiaries. We are proud that the Academy will continue to be at the heart of motorsports activities, even with the restructure.
And how excited are you at this lineup?
Well, this year lineup is very strong. We have consistency and a good balance of strength and personalities. Each driver is a proven championship or race winner. I'm very keen to watch the championships this year and follow their progress. The future of Alpine F1 team is in very safe hands with the drivers identified by Mia and supported by the very capable team at Enstone and Viry.
This year, we don't see any Formula Alpine drivers in the Academy. Why is this?
Indeed, last year was announced that Formula Renault Eurocup will combine with Italian Formula 3 and create Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine, which is certified by FIA. The placement of the championship in the junior categories is a difference in light of the merger. We will continue, however, to look at the series as a feeder to the Academy. We feel this is a more equitable way of encouraging drivers to demonstrate and fulfill the potential in the series.
And how will Fernando and Esteban help the Academy drivers?
Well, Fernando has nearly 20 years of F1 to his name, so his experience is invaluable to young developing drivers, from mental and physical training advice to how to get the best from the team. He is also very passionate about supporting the young driver talent through his own teams and initiatives, and he has taken the time to get to know the current Academy drivers. I'm sure it will be an inspiration to the squad. Esteban has also been a part of the Enstone junior team. Although we cannot take full credit for his rise to Formula One, it is still a testament to how an Academy program can support drivers through to F1 and keep them motivated and relevant. His advice will also be very welcome.
Well, thank you, Laurent. We will let you get back to your very busy schedule and look forward to hearing more about Alpine Racing and Alpine F1 team in the coming weeks.
Thank you very much, and we'll speak soon again.
Great to talk to Laurent there. Mia, tell us about the working relationship you'll have with Laurent as you seek to get the most out of this talent.
It's all I can say is in the very brief moment that with Laurent that he has come on board and he has been in the executive committee for a long time, but since he has come on board, it's more than ever that he commits to the nurturing homegrown drivers for the Formula One team, and it's something that for us to bring forward, for us to drive the drivers, the group of drivers that we have now and possibly in the future, that the commitment and stability from Laurent himself to us, to the Academy.
Well, thank you, Mia. Really appreciate your time today. It is a very exciting time for Alpine, and it's now time to bring all 5 Academy drivers back in. And let's have a look at this lineup. Here we are. So, guys, you are the most promising young drivers, and there's a real hope that you will push on and achieve great things in F1 for this team. And currently, you have one of the most experienced drivers on the grid in 2-time world champion Fernando Alonso. How much is Fernando an inspiration to you? Guan Yu Zhou, we'll start with you again, as you tested with him in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, that was an amazing time. I mean, since I was a kid, that Alonso was being one of my Formula One racing idol. And I never thought one day I could be in the same garage with him during the after season testing with the last year's, obviously it was Renault F1 team. And it was a huge experience for me to be learning as much as I could with a 2-time world champion. So yeah, the guy is super clever. He's helping me a lot in driving skills and also some tips for the team and for my driving style as well. So yeah, we're getting on really well, and I definitely learned so much through these two days or 2 weeks spending with him.
And Christian, it must be great to have Fernando in the team.
Yeah, absolutely. I was in Abu Dhabi for the last race when he was doing the old 2005 car. I don't remember the exact name of it now. But yeah, I was spending the whole weekend with him and just sitting next to him at the debriefs, see how concentrated he was, even that he was not racing that weekend, and just learning from him really. And I think he's a huge idol to the sport. And I think he's here for a reason, and I think he wants to win. So I think at the moment he's the right guy to be near and learn from.
And Oscar, he must be someone that you've looked up to as you've made your way through motorsport.
Yeah, so I probably started watching F1 after he'd won his World Championships, but obviously he was still fighting for the championships. When I started following F1, I think he was a Ferrari at the time. But yeah, I think everyone knows just how good Fernando is. And yeah, he might be getting a bit older now, but there's no doubt that he's still got the same pedigree and the same pace as what he did back when he was winning world championships. So he's definitely not here to make up the numbers. He's here to win races and bring Alpine back to the front of the grid.
And Kaio, let's have some thoughts from you on Fernando Alonso.
Yeah, for sure. I think he's a great name, a big idol to the sport, and I mean all the young drivers that follows him. So yeah, for sure, him together with Alpine, he can teach us a lot of stuff and gives a lot of tips with all his experience and his 2 world titles. So yeah, looking forward to work with him, and I mean he's a great idol, and we just have things to learn from him.
And finally, Victor.
I think I haven't had the chance to meet him yet, but yeah, I hope so to do it. I think it's just an opportunity for us to surround ourselves with inspiring and important people like the entire Formula One team, and also Fernando. But yeah, I hope to learn so much from him, how he is approaching race weekends, how we work with a Formula One team, and just to have like an inspire racing driver is just great for us.
Thank you very much. Well, let's end on a personal note. How keen are you all to get back racing, to do what you do best? Let's go in reverse order for this one. Let's start with you, Victor. You must be desperate to get back out there.
Yeah, exactly. We are currently in Tenerife to prepare the season on with like the physical side. So I'm really excited to start the season. Yeah, with the situation, it's not that easy. I cannot meet really well the entire MP team, but yeah, I hope to be back soon for like the preseason test, and yeah, just let's go. It's been a while. I didn't drive a car. I had the chance to drive the F3 car in Barcelona last year, but yeah, I just want to be back at it.
And Kaio, I bet you're raring to get back out there and race once again.
Yeah, for sure. I think all of us we are to start again a relationship with the team and new challenges. So yeah, I think our preseason tests, they are scheduled for the end of the month. So yeah, really looking forward to get back driving, and that's it.
And Oscar, it must seem a while, because it is a while. Formula 3 finished in September.
Yeah, exactly. It's been a long time since I actually raced the car. Obviously, I did the F2 test in December last year, but yeah, my last race was September. So definitely looking forward to getting the season started, and yeah, I can't wait to jump into F2.
And Christian, you're all ready and rested to go, ready to attack again in your second year of F2?
Absolutely. I mean, at the moment, it's been 2 months since I was in the car. Last year, I had to wait 6 months due to the quarantine I had here last year. But yeah, I mean, I've been through worse, so to get back is definitely going to be good, and I can't wait for the season to start.
And finally, Guan Yu Zhou, has it felt like a long off season?
Actually, yeah, it's been a long off season, but obviously this year or last year, 2020, it's been super intense, having triple headers, and yeah, I'm always like the others, super excited. I always want to be driving, or especially to back in my F2 seat, and it's been a pretty long off season, and I've been training hard to get myself prepared for another busy season ahead. So really looking forward to all the challenge ahead coming up.
Well, guys, thank you for your time. It has been a great chat. Good luck for the season. And that concludes the Alpine Academy launch.